Hey everybody, welcome back to Short Games Live. My name is Steven, and I'm joined by Jeremy from 8 Gamesters.
What's
Hey
up?
Jeremy. And then there's Andrew from Friendly Fire Games, who is also streaming.
Hey,
Jeremy, are you streaming right now too?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're all streaming. Just three guys crossing their streams on a Monday night. You know how it goes.
It's a cash Monday.
This is just Cash Monday. Cross your streams. This is Division 2, and my broadcast stopped. Okay.
all right.
Oh yeah.
You can just start it over.
Yeah,
You can, but I'm still alive
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm still live as well.
for the no one that is watching me currently.
Okay, I should be live now, but I already did all the pleasantries, so I'm not going to do it again. This is Division
Yeah.
2. Title Update 5 came out, and with it, a lot of good changes. A lot of good new content, too. The missions are pretty interesting. This is the first
I like
one.
both new missions a lot.
Yeah, I like the missions. I was pretty... What on earth? Is that a flare?
Yeah,
I've never
that's
done this
cool.
mission. I've never
Yeah,
seen
we've never
that.
done it at night.
Good lord, it's like the freaking sun just came out.
That's awesome. No, I know what you're about to say about the zoo. The mission overall, I thought was great. Like the environment was awesome.
The mission was good. It dragged on a little bit, and I did not like the fight with Emmeline Shaw. I thought there were different ways and when I say the fight with Emmeline Shaw, I mean spoilers. Literally, when she came out of the train and started attacking us as a frail, middle-aged
Okay,
woman.
I agree. I will agree with that. I thought you were
Yeah.
referring to the whole thing because
No,
I
no,
thought
no.
the train part was actually interesting.
I thought the train part was cool. I'm literally referring to just when she came out with the flamethrower as a regular person to shoot. She was
Well, I sort of consider that like just part of the main, like the final phase of the fight. Like I don't look at that as like a fight of its own.
but it was in there. It was in there, and it could have been done.
And I mean it was a bit of an anticlimactic ending, but I thought the fight overall was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought the mission, I agree that it kind of dragged a little bit, but I was so interested in like all the sights and sounds that I didn't mind.
It was definitely a really cool.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Bless you.
Wow.
The mission was cool. I really
Yeah, I mean
liked...
the squid up over your head, the monkeys in the trees that you can
freaked
see.
me out.
Oh, it was cool.
It was really cool. But the echo at the very end with Emmeline and her daughter was very effective. When I saw that,
yeah.
I thought that was really good.
I thought that was a very appropriate ending to her story.
It was.
Whether or not you liked the ending of the fight, I liked that ending to her arc.
Yeah, I agree.
Can somebody
I'm going for
shoot
the
that?
generator. I'm going for
Yep.
it. I'm going for it.
I
Shoot it
mean,
down.
they're not really hurting me right now, but I love the improvements they made to the shield. I actually feel like I can tank with it now.
Good. The turret feels pretty well improved. In damage, anyway. Because I'm hitting consistent 15Ks with it, which... Like 15K
pretty
for
good.
every second, so that's an additional...
Yeah.
to the
Well,
deal.
I mean, the shield was improved so much that I actually am using the Crusader shield instead of the Bulwark.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
Austin.
it has like 700 and I think I've got it at 750,000 health, and it allows me to use Chatterbox from behind it, which is insane.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then I'm
Um,
using the Banshee Pulse, which I've really grown to like, because I think I told you over text, Steven, but it does proc Spotter, which I really like.
What is the Banshee effect? What is it?
It's a confuse, so it'll pop them out of cover.
They need to make it where the EMP pulse is a pulse. It proc spotter then, because
I agree that they should. Hey, Dan.
if they did that, that would totally be integrated in my crowd control build. Because that
Yeah.
would just be another thing that I could proc with not only vindictive.
Well,
but smart
well,
at the
and
same
I
time.
mean, you know, I stand by what I've said for a long time. Every skill player, with very few exceptions, should run spotter. There's no reason not to. Because if you've got anybody in your group that runs a pulse effect, there's nothing better in that slot.
Creeping death if you run a status.
Yeah,
build.
well, that's what I'm saying. With few exceptions, there are exceptions, but for the most part, I feel like spotter is kind of a, you know, a no-brainer.
Tell you something that I have noticed that I'm not a fan of, and you're gonna tell me I'm crazy. Black Tusk EMPs so much more now, like so much more. Whether it's their dogs or disruptors that they throw, I am hard pressed when doing any Black Tusk mission to keep a drone in the air because of how much I get disrupted.
I don't run like heavy enough skill stuff like where I'm relying on it like that. Oh boy, I'm about to get hurt. Okay, I'm stunning him. Go shoot. Thank you, Jeremy. I assume that's you.
Yeah.
Steven, our one of our new clan members, Dan, says hi.
Hello, Dan.
He said hello, fellow clan brothers. Yeah, he's one of our viewers. Just picked up the game on PS4 about a week ago. He's already level 30.
Nice.
Well done.
So he's working his way through world tiers. Yeah, he played on Xbox. He's actually the, what was it, Dan? The number 15 highest credits on Xbox?
Good Lord.
Yeah, he has a crap ton of credits.
It's like
So he runs a on Xbox. He ran a full ongoing directive build with great effect.
Huh.
So
First I'm
yeah.
hearing of that.
So well, I mean, so it should be you know, good addition to the clan.
Yeah.
And I've played with Dan off stream too. He's a real
Yeah.
nice guy.
Dan, just a heads up. I don't mean to sound as cynical as I do. I'm gonna sound pretty cynical because I'm a longtime veteran from Division 1 that is very much that old coot, says the 25-year-old old coot that's yelling, "They ruined it! It was better the first time!" That's me often with this game. I do love the game, but you're gonna hear me say this should be better a lot, so I apologize in advance for my cynicism.
Why is that door still open? It's closing now, sir.
Well, the thing that Dan, it will be new to Dan, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, Dan, but he primarily ran solo. So group stuff. He's never run the raid.
Us neither.
I think our group is planning to go back in at some point. Because I enjoyed it the couple times we ran it. I know you didn't, but
I mean,
you know.
I had as much fun as someone can have doing something that I considered unpleasant with a group of friends.
You make it sound so exciting.
Well, I mean, it's the Fear 3 principle. You know, any game can be fun when you have someone to play it with.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have to see with the raid. I'm considering
We
trying
were
again.
planning to try discovery mode first because apparently
I would
it's-
do a discovery mode. I would totally do that.
I mean, you can't get Eagle Bearer to drop, but you do get guaranteed 500 drops. So I mean,
I'm
it's
totally fine with that.
it's worthwhile. I am actually fine with their decision to leave Eagle Bearer out of that loot pool because
Did they leave the sets out of the loot pool?
I don't know. I think they did, and I get why they did because they don't want a bunch of people just grinding.
Well,
that
you know how
version.
I feel about it. I don't think those sets should have ever been raid exclusive to begin with. So
I don't disagree with you.
They need to fix that because
Dan says number 21 is what he was on the highest credits.
Oh, that's not that
on
impressive.
Xbox.
then.
Yeah. He said he's sick right now. He's half paying attention. He's been sick today. I was supposed to run with him tonight to help him grind some world tiers.
Sure. Kaylin asks, "What's the difference between ballyhoo and hullabaloo?" I haven't heard of one of those. That's the difference.
I've heard of both. Hullabaloo is definitely the more common.
I've never heard of ballyhoo. What's the difference?
It means the same thing.
Okay.
One is
Hullabaloo,
just, it's probably like regional dialect.
Yeah.
I think that there's a difference in severity.
Oh, nice,
'cause I think
Jeremy.
if someone goes to the trouble of saying the word hullabaloo, they must be, you know, pretty frazzled to commit to that long of a word. You know, like to say it was you know, something happened, as opposed to there was a hullabaloo. You know, like someone's clearly more invested in the occurrence if they use that word. So there's your difference, Kalen. I just applied
Stunning.
one that probably does not actually matter.
I need to try to up my duration on the stun.
Did that guy just yell, "I don't understand"? I just heard a guy yell, "I don't understand." But by the way, with this skill build that I'm currently running, my assault rifle damage before skill trees is up to 40%.
I got flanked.
Come over to me, Jeremy. Come over to me.
I can't see you.
I am.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna go down.
Surrounded.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They flanked behind me.
That was stupid on my part. I wasn't
Don't
watching
worry.
my,
I'll save the day.
Yeah, we ran expeditions on Thursday last week, and Daniel was saying his heal build felt better. The big dude's behind us.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Healing didn't change that much. I mean, every
The
skill
mods-
changed.
The
But healing
mods
didn't
got
change that
better.
much.
I know you
But-
might disagree, but the mods did get
The
better.
the mods universally got better. That's crap.
They did.
That's
They did
no
get
question.
better.
But I still am in
receive
the school of thought that
I got you.
healing numbers was never the issue with healing. It was, I mean, it could always stand to have been higher, but it was never the main problem.
Well, it felt pretty good when we were running the other night. Granted, we were running it on story mode, so I guess take that for what you will, because I don't know what the difficulty difference is.
Pretty steep.
But the puzzles in the expedition were fun. The environment is a bit confusing, which I kind of liked. It wasn't very hand-holdy.
We're not done. We're not done. Back
I
up.
know. I see him. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. What just happened?
Something exploded.
He blew up something next to me. Yeah. Alright. I'll probably end up dying.
I'm moving to the truck. I got you.
I got a cool shirt from the apparel event. It's a summer, like a summer button-up shirt, with the
Seriously?
shade symbol on it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry about me.
Well, too freaking late.
I'm spawning in 30. Alright, Jeremy. It's all you, buddy.
I'm annoyed with the apparel season that they're doing, because Ubisoft does this thing where they try to make everything like fun and goofy. Like right now, you know, beach time, some beach summertime in the ice with the ice cream.
Yeah.
Coolers for, like, I don't like that. And the fact that they finally gave us a hooded jacket after really wanting one since Division 1, and it's a yellow raincoat. That
I
hurt
went
me.
through the same thing with the apparel, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know, I don't really care all that much. It's nice to have new apparels to change into no matter what they look like, even if I'm not going to use all of them. And I mean, I've used a couple. I'm using this shirt. I actually like this shirt. for summer.
Yeah, but while they're working
And I tend to
on
I
like,
tend to change my apparel up pretty
while
often.
they're working on joke content, because that's kind of what I perceive a lot of the summertime stuff as, is just a joke. Because even people online with the yellow rain jacket, they think it's stupid, and they wear it ironically. That's kind of the gist I've been getting. But even that kind of stuff, like, why not just spend that time and energy making legitimate apparel? You know, like, you can still make in-season apparel. Good God. Suck at this game.
And I see that. I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain too much about that because I could have rezzed you.
Well,
Oh, well.
fight ended.
Well,
so,
wait. I think we just finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna unlock all the apparel either way. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through this one. Let's see.
Kayla,
26 out of 40.
I really should be doing that, but I haven't gotten on that in a while because Fire Emblem has been.
What do you play?
So.
How is Fire Emblem, by the way?
It is.
I mean, I know you like it.
It is a 10 out of 10. No joke.
Really?
Like when I say 10 out of 10, I mean that. Like when I say a game is perfect, I mean that everything it sought to do, it did well and completely achieved what it was trying to achieve. This game does that. It is my current choice for Game of the Year. Like, if you ask me, Steven, what's Game of the Year right now? I would say Fire Emblem, no question.
Really? So, I don't know if I told you or not, I picked up Mario Maker.
I saw you were playing it. How is it?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, just you know, kind of silly, weird fun. Because it's essentially the nostalgic Mario you remember, but you get unlimited levels.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just so fun to me. And plus, you know, for the kids, like, there are creators that make levels just for kids to learn how to platform.
That's awesome.
And so, so I've downloaded a bunch of those, so me and my son and eventually my daughter can run through those together. And, you know, like, there's no way to die in those levels, and so they just learn to, like, jump and move. And so that's been really exciting for me, too. So
Austin,
I recommend it.
Yeah. Austin, I'll address that in a second. But Fire Emblem, to give you an idea of how big the game is, it's separated into 2 parts. Like, literally just part 1 and part 2. And part 2, without any spoilers, takes place 5 years after part 1. So all the characters are aged by 5 years, and a lot has happened in the world. When I got to part 2, which is where the story really picks up, guess how many hours I had in the game?
40?
40.
Yeah. That's
40
what I've
hours.
heard, is the campaign is like 40 hours before you're really much into it.
Well, the way they do it is part 1 is a lot of you investing in the characters, because the characters, the way they did it with, like, the support conversations and how much they're all integrated into the story, they all feel like main characters, and I love that.
That's cool.
What'd you say?
There's people up behind us. On
Oh,
that ridge.
got it.
Yeah.
But Austin, regarding should Fire Emblem be your first Switch game, it depends on the games that you like. Lord. I honestly, I hate Nemesis. It's just not the kind of gun for me. I can't get it to work.
It's definitely not for everybody. I had a hard time learning to use it.
But Austin, I probably not, unless if you like strategy games. Fire Emblem is the peak of strategy games right now. But as far as, like, someone's first Switch game, I would say if they're going for a single player experience, Breath of the Wild, absolutely.
I mean,
that is.
I've told my group for forever, because they're all thinking about getting the Switch Lites, and I've told them Breath of the Wild is worth buying the console just for that one game.
Well,
I mean, there are very few games that I'd say that about, though, honestly. 'Cause, I mean, the bar for me to buy a console is pretty high.
Oh my God! Why am I terrible at this game right now?
But no, Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild
right
is
now.
amazing. Yeah, Steven, the reason I haven't picked up Fire Emblem and may not for a while is because I'm waiting for Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina.
Good. I was gonna say you better get Damon X Machina because I need someone to play boss battles with.
Yeah, the way I looked at it is I was like, you know, I could get Fire Emblem, but I decided not to. I decided to go for Mario Maker instead,
Yeah.
and I have not been disappointed. So.
Fire Emblem is a lot of game, like no question. But the good news about that is, it's as much game as you want it to be. Like
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to visit at the monastery, which is where all the characters and everything are, pretty frequently. But you don't have to do that. You have the option to micromanage and pick every single stat that's increased. Well, not every
Enemy
single stat,
left.
every single,
I'm going for him.
yeah.
If I can get around this way.
The opportunity to increase every single weapon proficiency of every character multiple times per session, but you don't have to do that. You can make that automatic if you want to. So the game experience is as deep as you want it to be. But I, of course, being a lover of all things character customization and
Yes,
build
Steven
creation,
is here, Rain.
I am here. Hey, Rain. Every single time I hear that Rain is in a stream, I want to make a play on words of when it rains, it pours. But I feel like I'm not the first one to do that, and I feel like it's probably tired out and old. So, there you go. There's my low effort when it rains, it pours. Hey, Rain.
Yeah, Dan, we'll definitely play together sometime soon. And like I've said before, if you see me online, just hit me up and we'll run something.
Austin, if you love strategy games, Fire Emblem is a great first game to get on the Switch. But don't sleep on Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a very special game for any lovers of open world games.
So I had no interest in Breath of the Wild when I got the Switch. I bought it for my wife.
Yeah.
And I ended up it was my favorite game on the console.
See, I think that Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game, but
It's nearly perfect.
I wasn't as hooked on it as everybody else was. I really enjoyed it as a game, but it had a lot of flaws in my opinion. But I let it. I didn't hold it against it because it was the first of its kind, and so for it to get as much right as it did is nothing short of miraculous.
Well, I mean, you look at, even something like, I was just looking today, like, when it rains in the game, the entire environment changes.
Yeah.
Like, Link moves more quietly and can sneak up on enemies better. You can't climb up cliffs because they're wet and slick. Electric weapons work better, but flame and bomb stuff work worse. I mean, that's a great attention to detail that a lot of open world games don't get right.
Yeah, the biggest strength of Breath of the Wild is its world and its design. If you're a big fan of just exploring and adventuring in an open world with not a lot of direction or strong narrative, Breath of the Wild is amazing.
My biggest complaint about it was the ending of the campaign.
Yeah.
It just felt weak.
I see you,
The
Caleb.
beauty of it is you never have to get there. Because, Kim has, she's put more hours into the game than I have, and has no desire to even try to fight Ganon until she's done more exploring.
Yeah. That should have made contact. I was robbed.
Rain says, the other one she hears is, blame it on the rain.
Kalen told me to rein it in.
Yeah. I'm surprised we don't get more of those from Daniel.
See, that's what I was saying. I would assume that Rain's heard it all with Daniel being around, but I guess I have to.
Not really. Daniel keeps it friendly, I guess. Steven, I don't know if you've been in our stream for a while, but we just added stream elements to our stream.
Are you talking about the stuff that Daniel set up and the reward
Yeah.
system?
It's pretty fun. We don't have a reward system.
That.
We don't have a reward system yet because it's not available on YouTube. But we've got it set up where you can ask an 8-ball questions and you can put in custom answers. So like we have custom answers for a lot of our loyal viewers and each of us, you know.
Right.
Hey,
Rain.
Thank you. You can ask it. You can ask it to show our socials and our gamer tags. Any of that stuff, you can customize all of it. It's pretty neat.
Right. See, we don't need stream elements because we have Kalen. Kalen is all we need to liven up a chat. Ain't that right, Kalen? Waiting for the response.
It is nice though, and we have it also to automatically send out a kind of a message to chat to kind of let people know what we're up to or where to find us.
I remember Daniel talked to me about it, and it sounded like something that would be a lot of fun to set up.
It's pretty cool. I didn't set it up, so I don't really know how intensive that process is, but Daniel said it was pretty easy. Rain said she's used the gamer tag Rain for something like 13 years, so she's heard it all, or most of it.
Have you heard I Bless the Rain down in Africa? Surely you've heard that one at least 4 times.
So, Steven, were you as disappointed as I was when this mission ended with you not catching Ellis?
Yeah,
I was actually more disappointed in this mission than with the zoo. Because I was like, really? Chasing Ellis again and we can't find him? He's always a step ahead.
Well, to be fair, this series has always had a problem with being anticlimactic with its bosses.
Left side.
In Joe Farrow in Division 1, offing him happened pretty quickly and kind of came and went, and he was a great villain.
Yeah, I loved him as a villain because he made sense. Like, everything he was saying was like, oh, that's totally, I'd do that.
Yeah, and
no,
it was...
No drop for me,
was,
I don't know if...
Nothing. Alright.
Okay.
Round again. And the Division's always had a problem with that, though, where it's villains that get a lot of hype and talk and everything. I gotta throw them at you. They just kind of go. So, while Ellis wouldn't have been my choice to be a villain that persists, at least we have a threat out there that we have a name and face to.
Well, we've got Keener now. They've added I don't know if you've seen the audio recordings, but they've added a bunch of them in the open world that Keener is talking to you and taunting you.
I haven't gotten to those yet. I mean, I've always loved Keener, but Keener has because we've never tussled with Keener. He's always been more of an idea than he has been.
That's true. We've never even really seen him.
Yeah.
Rain says she's heard it a lot since Weezer did the cover.
Yeah.
But now they're bringing Keener back, so that'll be exciting.
I'm excited for that, but I hope that they don't make him go out like a punk.
I think they'll get him right. I mean, that's the biggest big baddie.
Yeah, and I really hope that they don't make him a raid boss. And if they do, it better have an expedition mode or something that everybody can do.
I think expedition mode has been well enough received that they'll do that on all the raids. Yeah. It's kind of their way to appease the people who want it easier without upsetting the people that want it to be really difficult.
Right. Yeah, so...
It's telling me to leave my group.
Kaylin is asking, didn't they do a cover of Africa in the Aquaman movie? And you're absolutely right, Kaylin. But it wasn't just any god-awful movie? In the Aquaman movie. But it wasn't just any bad god-awful cover. It was a bad god-awful cover by Pitbull.
What?
Yeah. There's a cover of Toto's Africa by Pitbull in the Aquaman movie. It's called Ocean to Ocean, but it's Africa.
All right, I think you can take us back, Steven, while leaving us in.
I already
tried. Oh, is it going to dismantle our group?
I'm just kind of sitting here looking at the ground. There we go.
There, okay. I'm not a Pitbull fan, in case anyone was wondering.
Jeremy, are you a Pitbull fan?
No.
Are you sure? You can be honest.
You caught me.
Rain didn't realize that Pitbull was even a thing. Anymore. Not ever, but...
I liked one of his songs like when he first came out, but that was about it. I can't remember what it was called.
That's just not my style of music.
That's how
Look it up, Austin. Ocean to Ocean by Pitbull from the Aquaman soundtrack. I didn't believe it when I saw it either. It was kind of like when the internet was blowing up about a Nickelback disco song. Totally exists. Look it up.
Nickelback's still a thing?
I mean,
Was it
Nickelback won't die because...
I suppose they're the herpes of music, so they never really go away.
They did do a disco song, though. It's called She Keeps Me Up, and it came out when I was in the middle of, like, my last semester at college, and it haunted me. Like, I was up late at night not studying, just trying to cope with the fact that Nickelback had somehow killed something that was already dead. It's like the line from the South Park World of Warcraft episode. How do you kill that which has no life? Classic episode. Austin said, I don't want to look it up, but I need answers.
I agree with that. I feel the same way. Alright, so I got a new apparel thing.
Hey, I'll be back in just a second.
Yep.
That's a weird weapon skin. Alright.
Actually, let me see if I have any apparel crap.
Not my cup of tea, but whatever.
I do not. Like, I get what they were going for with the different cities, or the different, like Havana, Seattle, Dallas, Malibu. But there is very much a way to do those cosmetic collections and it not be a joke, because those are clearly a joke.
Yeah. Rain says the South Park WoW episode is classic.
Oh, absolutely.
One of my
100%.
one of my favorite episodes is Cock Magic. I love that one so much.
That's another thing that haunted me in college was the image of Randy doing a cock magic show at like a girl's birthday party and like making it disappear and going, "Oh, what's that behind your ear?"
It's
sorry,
so funny.
Austin.
I love South Park.
There is a goofy cover of "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence, and it's almost as bad as the Kids Bop version.
Oh, they did a Kids Bop version?
They did. Like, honestly, it's worth listening to just so you can hear the guy that does the rap part. Because it literally sounds like they got the janitor who was cleaning up the building. At the end of the day, they're like, "Oh man, we have a rap part to do," and this dude was, who has absolutely nothing to do with music, was just next to the room. And they're like, "You get in here," because at the scream part, because it was the guy from 12 Stones.
Yeah.
At the scream part, he barks like a dog. He just goes, "Rah!" just like that.
Perfect.
And it's like nailed it. No take two. This guy did it. But no, I recommend listening to that at least once. All right, I'm gonna set up the mission again.
Go for it.
We're just gonna keep doing this on challenge till I get my freaking gloves.
I just got a,
Oh, we all have to ready up.
oh. I'll accept.
But no, the Goofy version of Bring Me to Life is actually impressive. Like, I would like
Like
to know
Goofy, the
story.
Disney character?
Yeah, like straight up the whole. Like, I don't think it's the whole song, but it goes like verse and chorus. I think is all we have of that. But it's like literally like wake me up. You know, like it sounds just like Goofy. It's
That
impressive.
sounds great.
I'm just doing
when
this
I
for
hear
the
that
buzz, Austin.
when I hear that song now, because we just rewatched The Office recently, I think of when D'Angelo did his juggling balls routine, but he forgot his juggling balls.
So he
Do
mimes
you remember
it.
that? Yeah, so he mimes the whole thing.
And Pam and
Somebody
Jim are
on
just
Reddit
like,
took
was
that scene and
literally
actually somebody digitally added balls into it, and it's just as ridiculous.
just- He's like, all right, Phyllis, you ready? This is gonna be trust.
Yeah. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there, and he's like throwing the invisible balls at her face. It's great.
Yeah, we just recently rewatched all of it.
Yeah, we rewatched that, and then we rewatched Parks and Rec right after that. We kind of rotate through The Office, Parks and Rec, and Friends.
I am in the middle of season 8 of Scrubs, about to finish it again. So I need to decide what show I'm going to watch after that. I've been rewatching through Rick and Morty again, just because, like, I actually managed to dodge that disrupt. Look at me go. I like Rick and Morty. I appreciate it, and I think it's a funny show. But, like, after watching Futurama, it's like, I don't know. I don't appreciate Rick and Morty as much as
I actually never finished Rick and Morty. I watched the first episode, and then it was funny. I just didn't really get into it, which I know a lot of people would think that I just don't know humor, because a lot of people really love Rick and Morty.
There are a few episodes that you do need to watch. Like, even if you just don't watch any other episodes, but you need to watch the first interdimensional cable episode and the episode with the memory parasites.
Going for the helipad.
Yes.
Get in front of them and fuck up their day. Ghost light, we need immediate extraction.
Yes,
Ghost light, armor.
This
Those are my-
tested very well. It's like, what
those are my
kind of simulation?
2 favorite episodes.
So good.
Yeah.
Futurama's
like
still
the,
better, but
um,
still good.
Futurama's still way better, but the memory parasite episode is where someone let in these parasites that can create memories to prove to you that they like are part of your life. So the entire episode is them trying to figure out who's actually part of the family and who isn't.
But it's only good
and-
memories.
But yeah, and like there's one character called like cousin Louie, cousin Jimmy or something, and he's just
Hey,
his one character
I'm
trait.
walking here.
His one character trait. He's like Italian from New York, and he's like, "Hey, I'm walking here." And at one point, he even says, "We got a saying back where I'm from. We're walking here." It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
But like there's another character in there called Hammerai. He's just a samurai covered in various pork products. Like it's just the most
What
like
was it,
they
reverse
just made.
giraffe?
Oh, I love reverse giraffe.
He had a
You all
short
know me. I'm
neck,
reverse giraffe.
really long.
Short
neck.
neck and long. Oh man, that's a really good episode because it's just like they made these characters in bulk. There's one called Photography Raptor, who literally is just a raptor that doesn't say anything. He just takes various pictures. It's crazy. And then Interdimensional Cable, you've probably heard the most about that one.
Yeah.
It's where, and Jeremy, you may need to correct me on this. This is just my impression of that episode. Justin Roiland, the guy who created it, pretty much recorded the audio for this animation before they animated it.
Yeah.
So it's just him doing like random TV spots, but the animators had to animate to his random ramblings.
Yeah,
So like one of them is this movie trailer about these two brothers, and he just keeps going on, like he keeps adding on more stuff that happens.
it's two brothers.
And then at the end,
surviving. Or what?
At the
Giant
end-
tomatoes attack, and then
yeah, and the Mexican armada is coming, and they've got tomato guns, and then old people, they're coming too, and they're gonna cross attack the two brothers. Like he just keeps going, keeps adding more stuff, and then at the very end he goes, "It's two brothers. It's just called Two Brothers," and you can actually hear him laughing at the fact that he realized that it was just called Two Brothers after that like 5-minute spiel he did describing this movie.
where the title changed like 6 times and just kept getting longer.
Yeah.
and longer.
Rain says the Garfield one is the best.
Gazorpazorp Field. Oh my god.
Where the f are my enchiladas?
Yeah, I
That's
love
that's exactly what Rain said. That was the quote Rain put in the
It's
chat.
so good.
Because it's literally just Garfield comes out, but he's Gazorpazorp Field, and the Gazorpazorps are an alien race that just have.
Bitch.
He comes out and he's just like, "Hi, John. Oh, hey, Garfield. Hey, F you, John. Hey, whoa, Gazorp, what's going on? Hey, I don't want to hear it." He just like lays into John for like 2 minutes.
Wow, Gazorpazorp.
I've seen a lot of memes about that one.
It's great. It's so good.
Copy that. We gotta move, Chief.
Gazorpazorp fucking field, bitch.
Most of them you're talking to. Gather
Where are my
your shit and let's go.
enchiladas?
Oh man, I gotta watch that episode before I go to sleep now.
Yeah, I just watched it a little bit ago. Wow, Austin just compared me to Jake with the cape for us repeating this mission.
This is Galveston. Chicken Hawk is on the move. Finally.
I love little bits. I just watched that episode again today.
Into the school, Chief.
You tired of having a tiny mouth?
We got little pizza, little burgers, little tiny pie.
Wow, alright. I won't
Yeah.
throw that grenade then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime they're bunched
Um,
like that.
Kalen, if you want to address Austin's question to him, I feel like I need to defend myself. Here's the difference. These gloves are the linchpin to both builds that I'm going to be running, so it actually matters the way I play the game.
It's not just aesthetic.
It's not just a cosmetic, aesthetic kind of thing. Also, this isn't a raid. It's one mission
Yeah, we're not
that
gonna
takes
spend
us
3.5
20
hours
minutes
on
to
it.
complete.
Oh yeah, how did your guys? I saw you guys were doing a Destiny raid the other day.
We did it. We
Yeah,
completed
we did
it.
it.
It took us a little while. Scott actually joined us. We needed a
Yeah, I know
six
he's been.
last minute. And he was,
I know he's been playing a lot lately.
Which I'm back into Destiny for now because Shadow keeps coming and they did make a lot of good changes.
That's good.
And that's been fun. Just kind of playing that again. There's a lot that needs to still change.
Boss boy.
They did add a new gun called Lumina, which Lumina is the first of hopefully many role-defining guns. Because basically, it's a support healing gun. It's a pistol that when you get kills, you can pick up remnants off the enemies, and it loads what's called a noble round into your gun. And with a noble round, when you hit fire, it launches this ally-seeking orb that when it touches an ally, they heal and get increased damage for 10 seconds. So it's like actually adding traditional roles to Destiny, which is
That's
a
cool.
really good sign for the future. We're hoping that that means that like there might be a forced aggro gun in the future, or I don't know, any other kind of role-defining gun mechanic they could do. We're hoping.
Wish
for
they would
something
just
like
do that with Sweet Business.
Yeah.
Why is that door still open?
It's closing now, sir.
Door sealed.
Shit. No way you're getting there. You're gonna have to take the long way around. Divert southeast around the ridge.
That's okay.
So this is my third playthrough of this mission, and I'm just now understanding what the hell's happening.
Really?
Yep. The couple times that I've done this mission, I was, let's see, last time I was chatting with you guys, and the first time was on stream, and I was trying to chat with stream.
Rain says, The Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time. I still have not seen... I assume you're talking about John Carpenter's The Thing. I still haven't seen it, but I really want to see it. Because I've heard so many people who are fans of the horror genre, that's like their go-to.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
The practical effects in it are second to none. Like it was just.
I have so
I'd
much
be on good.
appreciation for good practical effects.
I've seen a lot of the effects from that movie, like the chest cavity opening up, or the spider head and stuff, and that's...
And
insane.
they don't hold up super well. Like, you can kind of tell. But
Yeah,
like,
but for the period,
it
and
still looks.
the amount of time.
Oh
it's
yeah,
been,
it still looks
it's-
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
still-
it looks better than stuff that came out 5 years ago that used all CGI.
Oh, absolutely.
We're pinned down, taking heavy losses. Is the helipad
Okay.
locked
So
in?
Rain is a John Carpenter fan in general. Good to know. Austin, did you hear my explanation of why this is nothing like Jake and the Cape? I need you to hear this is nothing like Jake and his cape.
Well, this is weird. There's a, huh. I don't know if it's an Easter egg or something from a game maybe I haven't played. There's a knife in this table that, and writing this is No Fate.
Yeah. What's that a reference
T2.
to?
Terminator 2,
Yeah.
No Fate, but what you make.
I knew it was a reference to something. Thank you.
Because every freaking video game in history has to have a Terminator crossover these days. Like, good lord. So many of them. So, Austin.
Which side are we pushing first?
Left.
Okay.
Austin, this is for a pair of gloves, yes. But the gloves are going to be my exotic piece. So
This is for
they're
a non-cosmetic item.
non-cosmetic. This is purely playstyle. So it matters, unlike the cape, which he would have only been holding himself back with because it was a year one item. I hope Jake pops in for this stream one. Two, this is not a raid, it's a mission. It is just a regular, done in 20 minutes mission.
40 minutes, but yeah.
We did it in 20, the first
No,
time.
it took 40. It took 40, didn't it?
We started at 9:30 and we're finished
We
at
just finished
10:02.
it 10. We finished it 10 minutes ago, didn't we?
We finished it, like...
Okay,
10:02.
okay. 20 minutes, fair enough.
I'm
I guess we
proving-
didn't
don't,
start the
Don't
stream.
confront me
I
in
guess
front
we
of my
didn't-
subs like that.
I guess we didn't start the stream right on time, so
No,
fair
we were
enough.
a little late. Just saying, Austin. Don't. I'm not Jake. You scared me a little bit. I looked down at my hands and was like,
I mean,
have I become?
well, to be fair to Austin, it's a little similar, but it's more okay for you to want something for playstyle reasons than it is for someone to want something for purely cosmetic
it's
reasons.
similar in the sense that I asked you guys to run something with me so that I could
Back
get
off,
a
back
thing,
off.
But turret's up.
We'll push him back out.
Yep.
Steven, you don't have to keep the drone on me if you need it, because I have Unbreakable on here, so I essentially have 2 armor bars.
Well, I mean, I have patience, and I was not getting shot at, so...
Okay. I also have Patience, but I actually rarely activate it because I'm never behind cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have a shield.
Well, the shield goes down occasionally. Like, it's at about a quarter right now, so they're about to knock it out.
Yep, there's the second EMP of this fight. They need to make they need to make something available to resist or negate disrupt better. Because Disrupt is way too catch-all right now.
If you're running skills. I mean, for you, it's definitely a detriment, but for somebody that only really cares about
But
gun
they've
damage?
shown us that moving forward, they want skills to be on the map. So they need to not have a complete catch-all like that. Because by the
or
same
they need
logic,
to
there
give,
should be an
or
effect
they
that
need
prevents
to.
you from shooting.
That's what I was going to say. There needs to be something equal for the enemies to
Right.
do to gun users. I could agree with that. Yeah, but I mean, the easiest counter would be to give agents a way to, similar to like ensnare resistance or disrupt resistance, to have some sort of resistance counter that helps your tech to be resistant to EMPs.
Right, and there is
I
disrupt
know it's
resistance,
adding-
but I feel like it doesn't matter. And
A disrupt resistance, I don't. Does it work? Does that work towards your tech? I've never really played with it actually.
well,
Because
I
if it
mean,
does, I
the-
have a piece of armor that's got like 50% disrupt resistance.
Tech is disrupted to the same degree that the owner is disrupted, I think. But the problem with... Okay, Jeremy.
Good God.
Okay.
Well,
but one of the
That's my
problems
explosive damage build, so.
is that the
Sorry,
drone
guys. Jeez.
crashes and dies whenever I'm disrupted. And normally I'd be like,
what's your cooldown?
it's low, but when they're doing it multiple times a fight, that's irritating. And when the range of, for example,
how low is low?
when I destroy it, 13 seconds. When they destroy it, which is in the case of the EMP, 26 seconds.
Okay,
And
well that's a fair criticism.
Well,
I
and
was
my-
thinking
my-
you had
my
like a
s-
10-second cooldown.
No, my haste is pretty high too. But it's more irritating when you disrupt them, their drones don't crash. They just stop midair. That's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
To literally
that
just
is
see their
annoying.
medic drone like waiting there to just keep going again.
Oh. Oh God, I'm stuck behind cover. Oh, there we go. I'm good. Okay.
Hold on. Genie page.
Terminator. They're bringing Edward Furlong back. I'm like, what?
I will... Somebody message Brody about that or tag me in the Discord about that, because I actually have very little control over Discord things.
What are you trying to do on Discord?
Austin's asking. It's a running joke on our channel that Austin is... he's our go-to Destiny guy, and whenever we need him for anything Destiny, he's always there. He just kind of pops up like a genie. So we call him the Destiny Genie, and he doesn't have a lamp, he has a chest instead. So, like, whenever we did the Prison of Elders strike, he popped up out of the chest, and it was like, it's like Aladdin, but no lamp. And I was like, yep, that's the joke. So, all that being said, he's asking for the role of Destiny Genie in the Discord, and I support that.
Be a roll for one. Yeah, we've been using our Discord a little more lately.
Yeah.
I've been trying to pop into it and actually use it.
Yeah, I've been trying to familiarize myself more with Discord.
It confused the heck out of me at first, and it still does a little bit.
Fortunately, I'm more familiar with it now, but I was trying to get to the point where I could like do bot programming and stuff like that for something else that I'm working on, but that didn't happen because all the bot stuff, I don't have the time or attention to code in the bot. So
The medic on the right. I'm going for it.
there's some loot over here, by the way. So while you guys do that, I'm just gonna
Just gonna do a little looting. I need to use my special weapon more.
Oh, Andrew, have you been watching The Boys on Amazon?
It's on my short list. I want to watch it.
Oh
It
my
looks
gosh.
great.
It's good, but if you are squeamish or don't like gratuitous language, not even gratuitous nudity, there's way less nudity than I thought there would be, which is surprising. But like, if you are squeamish of gore or don't like language, which I know neither of those really bother you,
Gore is one of my favorite things.
yeah, you'll love this show. But the show itself is phenomenal. Like, I was
Really?
expecting it to be kind of like Umbrella Academy, where it's just kind of a dark humor show with superheroes.
Yeah.
The show takes itself extremely seriously. Like, it's very emotional, has a lot of dark humor bits trickled in, but it is a serious show.
It looks great. I mean, all the previews I've seen look really interesting.
I can't recommend it enough right now. I'm
Cool.
I'm about to start the 7th episode out of 8 for this season, and I've really enjoyed it. The characters are really good. The world is very interesting. It's just a good experience.
Once we're currently working through finishing this season of Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
and watching this season of The Handmaid's Tale. And once we're finished with those, maybe Kim will watch that with me.
Yeah, Carl Urban is the main character in The Boys,
Yeah.
and I always love seeing him in things because he's one of my favorite actors. He just doesn't
Yeah,
get
he's
enough
great.
work. There's the disrupt.
EMP.
Oh look, there's their drone. It's just sitting there. You see that? You see that crap?
What's more annoying to me is that this stupid thing is repairing, and I was shooting it the whole time. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Got a dog and a minigun
That,
boss to the right.
The Confuse and your grenades are a really good combo.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it.
I'll try to call it out a little bit better. It's on like a 15-second cooldown, so it happens really often.
Yeah, I can hear when it happens too. The like wall sound or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, are you gonna pick up Control when it comes out this month?
What's Control?
The next Remedy game?
No.
EMP.
I haven't played a Remedy game in a while.
Well, they haven't made a game in a while. Last thing they made was Quantum Break, and that was in 2016.
Guess
Before
that's
that,
true.
it was Alan Wake.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm getting it.
I assume it's on PlayStation. I haven't heard anything about it, so
It's been getting some coverage from like Game Informer and IGN and stuff, but I've been avoiding it like the plague because I want to go in completely blind.
I love their stuff. I mean, Alan Wake, you know, is one of my favorite games of all time.
Right. Basically, you know, Alan Wake is about, like, if they were to be described to any theme, Alan Wake is light. Quantum Break is time. Control is about reality itself, so like manipulating reality. Which my understanding is that it's some kind of science experimenty kind of stuff, where you are in a facility facing monsters, and you can like you have superpowers where you can shift reality and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, going in blind, but all I needed to hear was it's a new story game, a story action game by Remedy, and I was totally
Yeah, I mean,
down.
I really wanted to try Quantum Break, but I don't have the
I did
correct
too.
console.
I've got an Xbox One, and I need to just find a copy of Quantum Break for $5 and just play it, because I heard
I hate exclusives so much.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm not gonna buy a console. Like I told you, the bar for me to buy a console is so high.
Right. And, I mean, the only reason I have an Xbox One is because Logan, who a lot of people on the channel know, was selling his for like $50. So I was like, yeah, I'll take an Xbox One for $50. And
Thanks, Jeremy.
It's my Hulu machine that I keep in the bedroom.
Nice. That sounds dirty when you say it like that.
I mean, any sentence
My Hulu
sounds dirty
machine.
when you end it with "in the bedroom."
My Hulu machine that I keep in the bedroom. It's my sex box, and her name
And
is
her
Sony.
name is Sony.
My turn. Oh my gosh.
If you guys can take out that guy behind me, that'd be awesome.
I think we're all just gonna bum rush the boss.
Okay, cool.
Nothing.
Anybody? Nothing.
Oh, just bullets.
Jeremy, do you want to do one more, or is that it for you?
I'll do one more.
Yeah, I'll do one more. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, I'm not.
That run went faster than the last one, so.
Black Tusk specializes in dealing with situations like this. But the site is under our control. We didn't give the enemy time to clean up after themselves.
Where all my inventory
There's gonna be a lot of useful intel there. We can take our time picking through it.
Oh, and I got 3 gunner points. That's helpful too. I'm trying to finish out the gunner.
So, maybe someone can answer this question for me, but why does Ellis matter? I know why he matters to us, I guess, because of what he knows. But, like, is there any other reason other than him potentially knowing the identity and purpose of Black Tusk? Is there any other reason that he's important?
To us, no. I mean, I guess he's a criminal at this point. Like he's betrayed the United States government, and
Good night,
that's
Austin.
important to us.
But what's stopping Black Tusk from just offing him?
Why do they need him? That's a good question.
That's what I'm wondering, is why are they... Because, like, even...
Steven, come over here.
I can't.
Oh, never mind.
What'd you find?
It's a thing for the Firefly.
Oh, I'll take it if you can share it at the White House. I'll
Yep.
stop them.
Gives
Or
you
stop, I'm
90.7
stuck.
skill pace. 90.7.
Oh, that's really nice.
I'm
But
ready.
the wording that the guy used, the boss from this mission, he kept calling him Chief, which I don't know if he was saying ironically or not. But it's like he's not high up in the chain of command of Black Tusk. He can't be, because I mean we've seen that he's just one of their pawns. But I'm wondering, like, what more purpose could he serve?
Who knows?
You know, Kalen, I forget that we even have a Patreon.
You guys have a Patreon?
We have a Patreon.
Oh.
I should ask Jake about that. Kalen donates $1 to our Patreon, and we appreciate it. Kalen, we should be donating you $1 for all the work you do for this channel.
I've gamed with Kalen a few times.
Good guy, that Kalen.
Yeah, we played Realm. It was pretty fun. I fear that we overwhelmed him.
You mean overwhelmed him?
Yeah, it was all it's all Daniel's fault, because Daniel, if you've played that game with him, you understand. It gets pretty intense.
Agent, Pilot Torres is cleared for transpo to Kenley College.
Entering safe area.
Mike just sent me a theory about Thanos creating Galactus with the second snap, and I'm gonna read that later.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't know. I'm probably had this conversation with you, Jeremy, but I'm very cynical when it comes to the state of the Marvel movies moving forward.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
everything I've heard, they sound kind of fun.
Endgame messed up a lot. Endgame was a good movie with probably the most epic and wish fulfillment final act of any movie to ever come out. But it treated itself like it was the end, you know, and in a way it was, but it had a scorched earth mentality to its writing, where it wasn't concerned with people having to make movies after it, if that makes sense. So they've trapped themselves. But, and I personally think that the current slate of movies sounds pretty bad. Shang-Chi could be good, but the whole time I'm just going to be thinking, why didn't they just make Iron Fist? Because Iron Fist is the better version of Shang-Chi that's more interesting. The Thor movie, and I'm surprised that it's been received as positively as it has. The Thor movie sounds like the stupidest thing that they've done. Which I'm not against. Well, you know what? Screw it. I am against female Thor, because if you want to have a, you know, female lead God of Thunder character, don't make her Thor. Just make her someone else. I don't like when characters have their like they're trying to make a new character, but they're too scared of originality, so they just make this new person carry the mantle of an older character.
My bigger problem with that is that Natalie Portman's going to be Thor.
That was my next point. I hate Natalie
She just
Portman
doesn't.
in the Marvel movies.
She just doesn't. I don't mind her in the Marvel movies. I don't like her as Thor. She just doesn't strike me as very Thor-ish.
Oh,
I have no issues with the female Thor. I just have issues with her being Thor because she's not particularly, like, I don't know. Like, if it was somebody like I don't know, like Ronda Rousey, like that person is imposing. You know?
You mean to tell me that Padme Amidala shouldn't be the goddess of thunder?
Yes.
I love Natalie Portman as much as the next guy, but no, she should not.
See, I am not a fan of her in the Marvel movies, and what I mean by that is, I feel like this is not an unpopular opinion, but she was the worst part of both Thor movies.
Steven, you're
And I don't know if it was.
I
don't
just
know
think
if it was her. Or
I'm not a fan of Thor, so I think Thor movies existing at all is the worst part about.
Have you
Thor
seen
movies.
Ragnarok or Infinity War?
I haven't.
They really fixed the character. Like, Infinity War is the best Thor movie. Ragnarok is really funny, and it's a good movie, but Infinity War is the best Thor movie we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I see. I've heard both those things. I watched the first Thor movie and was just like, eh.
Yeah, the
It
first
wasn't
one's
good.
not that good.
Like, the second one is the worst Marvel movie, aside from maybe Captain Marvel. That's probably not true. But the second Thor movie is pretty bad. But the first one's okay, but Infinity War, they really nail his character. Because, like, Ragnarok takes him in a more comedic approach, but Infinity War hits a really nice middle ground of Thor telling jokes and stuff, but also being a very compelling, driven by vengeance kind of character.
Yeah, Infinity War's on my list of movies I want to watch, although I think I'm going to prioritize John Wick over...
Oh my god, yes. 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 Those movies are amazing.
Kim gave me some, like, coupons, like, you know, watch a movie together of my choice, or, you know, stuff like that, do my laundry, you know, for Christmas, and I've been kind of parsing them out throughout the year. And I haven't used any of the movie coupons yet, so I may use that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah. Watch them in order. They are
Oh, that's
one
the plan.
consecutive story.
That's the plan.
Good.
I still didn't watch the third one.
You know how I am. I don't like to do things out of order.
I know.
Which is why I've never played the Final Fantasy games, because I played through the first one and never picked up the second one.
What the hell? I just got the gloves,
Oh, cool.
but they're a 496 roll.
You should be able to up them. Keep them for now. I mean,
I'm keeping them.
it gets you there. And it's possible that we'll pick up a better roll the rest of the way through this mission. Can you equip them now? Or do you not have all the pieces ready to go?
I mean, I'm basically wearing it. Let me see what... So, exotics don't come with any kind of stats? Like,
They don't come with any attributes. They come with
that's what I meant, attributes, yeah.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't come with any attributes. They come with
Skills that apply
talents.
status effects gain 50% status duration and 50% skill haste. That's incredible. Energy infusion. Whenever you apply status effect, your gloves become infused with that effect for 60 seconds. While infused, you gain plus 10% skill damage, 10% skill healing and repair, and 10% skill duration for each yellow you have. Holy crap. Wait. That's really
50
good for the chem launcher.
50% skill haste is 25% cooldown reduction.
I'm more concerned about the duration, because like think about it. When I apply a skill or a condition, riot foam. When I shoot something with riot foam, it has 50% increased duration, and then I infuse the gloves, and for 60 seconds, I have plus 10% skill duration for every battery slot, for every utility slot I have. That should increase condition duration too.
Yeah.
So that's making riot foam double increased, basically.
Try it out. Do you have it equipped?
I'm about to. I'm going to switch over to my status effect build.
Alright, if we need, I can run my heal build.
My heals were barely doing anything anyway, so...
Okay. I didn't know how much we needed. Jeremy, just crawl to me. I've got you.
But no, as I was saying, I can only switch after this fight. But as I was saying about Thor, she just... Either she didn't care or her writing was terrible in Thor movies, and it just seems like a movie that no one asked for to have Natalie Portman come back in any capacity. But everyone seems all for it. I don't understand.
Well, but you know, I guess the thing about it is like it maybe it's not your cup of tea, but if somebody enjoys it, great, whatever.
Right, but
that's kind of how I feel about most superhero movies. Is like there's just such a plethora of them. They're not gonna be for everybody.
All right, hold here. But to me, like everyone hated Natalie Portman. Like that's been kind of. Ooh, I need to take that. That's been kind of the general consensus in the community is that Natalie Portman was the worst part of the Thor movies and kind of the MCU in general. Don't go too far.
Yeah. Oh, Steven, about those gloves, they probably have several mod slots because that's what the holster
They've got
does. It has
two utility slots and one defensive slot, which is really
okay. I was
nice.
gonna say the holster has no attributes, but it's got 3 mod slots, which is pretty good.
It's really good. All right, hold on. Equipping assault status. I have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm
Did I
very
get rid of
intrigued.
my... Are you freaking kidding me?
Do you need to run back to the White House?
No. My vindictive gun is gone. What the hell? I didn't get rid of anything. Alright, we'll be looking out for a assault rifle that has vindictive on it because mine has vanished.
Okay. Hey, I have a shotgun with vindictive.
Sure. I've got an ACR. I'll use that for now. I'm rocking 477 right now with this build. That does kind of suck that I won't have Wicked though. With
Yeah,
BTSV being.
but well, I think you're probably better off though, right?
Oh yeah, it's a better.
Like
trade.
you don't get the damage boost because like that's how I was with the holster because filler up is on holsters as well. But
Right.
the holster basically has filler up on it, but you have to switch to your pistol is the only difference.
Yeah, I just wish that I could have had like Wicked was on something else.
Galveston, you've got an SHD element approaching your position.
Copy that. We gotta move, Chief. Are you talking to me? Who else would I be talking to? Gather your shit and let's go.
Right.
Sounds like they had him in a prison cell. It sounded like he was inside like a metal box.
We can
Ellis.
see the room that he was being held in. I think we should look around when we get there to see like where he might have been. Because he was definitely being watched, but I don't know if they had him locked up.
Maybe that's why they have him be. It's like a hostage situation. They know we're gonna come for him, and they want to use him for that.
So bait or leverage.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
because you're right. He's not very useful to them, unless
I mean,
there's
with-
something we
with
don't
the
know.
way they treated him in the Echo that we saw, he's like they have no need for him. They basically think he's pathetic.
Yeah, I just don't know why he ever would have left to go with them. If, because I mean, he's not stupid. Like he knows kind of where he stands with people. He's a politician. That's, you know, kind of their MO.
Alright. I've got the gloves. My hands are glowy now. I can do rave parties with my hands. Kalen, I'm not gonna read your question. I'm just gonna respond with a yes or no as to avoid spoilers for present party. Yes. Yes, there
What's it a spoiler about?
John Wick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't spoil that for me. I wanna be able to enjoy it.
That's one of those movies that I wish I could see again for the first time. Is the first John Wick movie.
I'm
such an experience.
pretty stoked about it because like you know I'm kind of like I like guns and that kind of stuff and like just seeing the way he trained for it is very impressive to me.
I mean, when I lived up there, I tried to get you to watch it with me, and you were like, "Oh, maybe later."
Yeah, I know.
I told you it was going to be a big deal.
My mistake. I just thought it was like a dumb action movie, but
No, it's
yeah,
so
I know. There are so many movies that are like that that are just complete garbage.
I know.
Steven, did I tell you what I got for my birthday?
No.
I
Oh my
got-
god, that ensnare duration is dumb.
Oh, really? Awesome.
It's dumb. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Look, see how long that lasts?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, awesome. Cool. So for my birthday, I got an airsoft Glock 17. I'm really stoked about it. It's awesome. It runs on gas, and so whenever you fire it, the slide actually works just like the real deal. Like it looks
GBB.
and yeah, it's a GBB. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been playing airsoft for the last couple of months.
Yeah, I started playing a couple months ago because we've got a group here locally that plays every week,
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the boss foamed.
Same.
and
He's resisting it.
yeah, so I've got an AEG for my primary. It's an M4, and then I'm running the Glock 17 GBB as my sidearm.
I have a AEG M14.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I went with an M4 just because they're really easy to find cheap accessories for,
You can do
magazines,
anything
all
you
that kind of
want
stuff. Yeah, and I mean I've got the rail all tricked out. I've got a light with like a pressure switch. I've got a sight up on it, foregrip. Picked up a bunch of mags. I've got the plate carrier and all that, so
Yep.
I'm pretty well set up.
I like this build concept a lot.
Good.
It just needs tweaking. It needs more assault rifle damage. It needs the gun with vindictive back, because I literally have no idea where my gun went. It was
Well,
in my inventory.
those are minor tweaks. The gloves was the big part.
I mean, right now I'm even running it as a sharpshooter. I'm not even on survivalist, so I'm not getting that.
Go switch.
Well, no, that's fine. We're
Where you're getting to there. You're gonna have to take a long way around. Divert southeast around the ridge.
Pushing up. Medic on the right side.
I'm gonna try to firefly to the left.
Did I just run out of ammo? Oh no. Okay, I know what happened.
They're blinded. Hit them. He's foamed. Hit him. Oh, that's so good. I stopped firing and reloaded and still had like 4 seconds of riot foam to kill that guy.
That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
And that's kind of what this build is for, is basically creating opportunities and in-capping enemies.
Yeah, crowd control is, I think, an underutilized element of this game.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole idea of this build, is using status effects not as a means of dealing damage, but a means of creating opportunities to deal more damage or to buy time. And with Vindictive, the problem with Vindictive is that it cancels out that other perk that you love so much that increases damage with low crit chance. That's the one problem with Vindictive.
Oh yeah. Optimistic or Optimist?
Yeah, because Vindictive, whenever I get a kill with that gun, thank you. Whenever I get a kill, you said you had him suppressed, not that you wanted the kill, right?
Yeah, I don't need to.
Okay, good.
Whenever you get a kill, what happens? It increases crit chance by a percentage.
It increases crit chance by a flat percentage for every time I get a kill on a status affected enemy, and it does that for the team. So
right.
it's basically a team damage.
But do you know what the percentage is? Like, could you estimate?
It's at least 15%.
Okay, so it would automatically.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, it's not ideal, but the only reason I run Optimist is because I don't really have anything better to put in that slot.
Ooh. That hurt.
Pushing up on the right.
We still have one more wave, I think.
Yeah, another wave's gonna come out of there. You be careful.
I know. I'm backing off. I just wanted to get that one guy.
Blinded on the right. Hit him.
Boy, that's
Engineer's
nice.
stunned. Hit him.
Yeah, that's real nice.
And I've got patience, and I'm going to use mainly assault rifles, so I'm able to get by without dedicated healing on myself.
Yeah, I've discovered that for me, patience makes it to where I very rarely have to use medkits.
Kaylin, what are you yesing at?
Okay, where's the room that he was being held in?
It's either this room or the room right before the final boss.
Oh, is it not here?
I feel like it could have been. They've got a computer set up here, but that doesn't look like.
And there are some cameras in here too, which is a little fishy, and some look like maybe some servers or no, this is like audio equipment.
Yeah, this would have been where they filmed like a ransom video or something like that. That's kind of the vibe.
There's a map too.
That computer doesn't look like it's hooked up to like any live feed here. It looks like it's somewhere.
There's a map pointing out dark zone east, and then a red zone just to one side of it. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
There's a map on this table too, but it looks like it's just this area. So.
Yeah, I feel like with this setup, if they held him here, because there's a fire going in the fireplace right now.
Yeah.
If they held him here, they didn't have him in captivity. He was just with them under guard.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And even when he
God, look at this ridiculous bear rug.
I saw that. Like, its eyes.
Sounds like you can still overtake Ellis.
I saw a funny one today. There was a camera crew filming a great white shark swimming towards them, and not in a cage or anything. And the cameraman, the great white's approaching him, and the guy reaches out and kind of lightly brushes the great white to the side to get it out of his way. And like the top comment on it was, "How does that guy stay afloat with balls that big?"
Tossing out a flash.
Do those status effects do better too?
Yep.
Sweet.
What? No, they do not.
Well,
they do proc my stuff, but it's skills only.
Oh, okay, it's skills only. Okay.
Which is why the chem launcher and either disrupt pulse or firefly are so important.
So why would you not run sharpshooter instead of survivalist?
Survivalist gives damage increase to the team for every status affected enemy.
Okay.
And it's like a 10-15% damage bonus, but still that adds up.
No, that's something. I mean,
stand by for status on the boss. Hitting him with a firefly. Jeremy, watch our left.
I'm working down that guy on the left. Down the left's down.
Stand by for more foam on the minigun.
Going in with the big gun.
Keep on him. Oh, what's that? More foam? The more I hit him, the less effective it becomes. But like, I could keep him.
But you're not really gonna foam like an enemy
no.
more than once or twice. If you're foaming them more often than that, something's gone very wrong.
Well, I mean, like I said, it can be a stall tactic. So even to just buy those, however many seconds it takes, is useful.
Yeah, it gives us time.
Because that I fully expect that in a lot of situations, that's what I'm going to be doing with this build. Is just like, okay, you guys do that. I'm gonna basically remove this guy from play while you handle everything else.
Yeah, man. Good God, Jeremy.
Firefly going out.
Oh, I stunned at the same time.
Jeez. I did see your latest cut, Kalen. I was really glad to see that you added Slagathor's stuff in that video.
Oh, if anybody finds, what is that? Oh, it's Richter Kaiser. You find a Richter Kaiser
for your pistol build.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get Richter Kaiser on
backpacks, masks,
holsters, and
something
masks.
else. Okay. And I can't get it on the holster. It has to be a backpack.
That's right. Yeah. That sucks to pigeonhole yourself to that because backpacks are probably the most valuable gear piece.
It's not gonna make or break the build because really it's mostly a for fun build anyway. I did just pick up a piece with clutch, which I think is gonna be pretty necessary because that'll keep me
Firefly's
healed.
going after him. He's stunned.
I like the Firefly rework. It's nice.
Oh my god, like it's night and
The
day.
skill actually works.
Yeah, because I think I
your
told you
left,
the
Jeremy.
first time I used Firefly, I was thinking surely it's not that bad. And I went to the firing range and threw it at the dummies, and it just goes out and spins and just hits the wall immediately. And it was like, oh, it's that bad. But,
yeah, it's unfortunately bad.
But the rework they've done, I have yet to have a Firefly that did not hit its target.
Yeah, they definitely fixed it.
Alright, give me a sec, I'm disrupted right now, but
I mean,
focus
so now
fire
all,
on that big guy.
now all skills have some use. Whereas before, Firefly was completely and utterly useless. I'm confusing him.
Thanks. Comes another foam. Out of that miss.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when an enemy's pulsed now, you can see where on their body their armor is.
That's nice.
Yeah, look at the next time we pulse one of those big guys. Is you can see a faint, like, kind of translucent outline.
That's the name of one of the superheroes in the big superhero team in The Boys, Translucent. He turns invisible.
Oh yeah,
Immediate medical assistance needed.
behind us.
Alright, I'm gonna in-cap the machine gun. Got him.
Alright,
Firefly.
get close to that big guy so you can see. I don't know if you'll be able to see this.
Is it like
You
a
see-
slight outline?
Yeah, it's a slight outline of the armor
Yeah,
plates.
I see that. That's pretty cool.
It's just nice if you're trying to focus a certain area because it looks like they've got like more distinct armor plates than what
Right.
we thought of just chest and helmet and legs.
They totally just disrupted my Firefly midair.
With that EMP.
I think so.
Well, you should just riot foam them for it.
Okay. Come here, come here. Come here.
Guy just tried to call me an asshole and I killed him.
You know what I love about creeping death?
What's that?
I foamed this guy, and this other chick who was like 15 meters away was running away, and because I foamed him, she just randomly had riot foam appear from the ground and consume her, and she was like, "What?"
I just
Because
got an SMG with vindictive and recharged.
I'll take it. It's not ideal, but it's something.
Oh, that's a decent holster too. I got a Wyvern wear with high skill power and what was the other thing on it? Explosive damage, which I know is not something you'd necessarily
Jeremy,
need.
thank you for sticking it with us. We're almost done. I know that you had a bit of an out that we've already exceeded.
Oh no. It's
Oh,
fine, man.
sorry,
No,
dude.
It's okay. It's all good, guys. It's not like it was a hard stop. Like I didn't need to get off at 11.
Do you want that? Okay, you took it. Good. That's a pretty decent skill power roll. So even if you don't need the piece itself.
Alright, I'm salvaging a couple things and then I headed in.
Are you good?
But no, this build that I'm running right now is and it's an MP5. Okay.
And now that they've done the change on the specs where you can actually run any weapon you want.
Yeah,
I know
I'm
that's an
gonna use that
older
instead of an LMG.
I know that's an older change, but that's one of the best changes that they've made recently.
Honestly, that change that they made was the perfect outcome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like the changes.
Now,
they
see,
made.
why
Yeah,
couldn't
it's still
Jeremy
true.
just, blow that thing to hell right now?
I've tried.
What I know. What's to prevent us from shooting Ellis out of the sky?
Yeah. I thought it was stupid too.
Well, I guess he's gotta be alive for the next mission where he runs away like a little bitch.
Can we start the theory that President Ellis is actually Ellis from Left 4 Dead 2, older, wiser? That way, when we
Yes.
finally take him down, he'll go, "Y'all know you shot me, right?"
Plot twist. Ellis is actually Keener.
Gosh, how awful would that be?
That's the exact thought that I have. That'd be like the worst twist.
Well, so it has been confirmed Keener is in New York. Like, and he's been in New York for a while. It wasn't just from the trailer. There's actually an audio recording you can pick up where he's talking about how, you know, he's never really had a home, but there's just something about being at Ground Zero that he likes.
That's interesting, because he said in the Resistance audio logs that there was no point in staying.
Well, he also mentions in that same recording that he traveled the world. So, I mean, remember, it's been a while now. It's been months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could have spent 5 months traveling.
Doing what? Backpacking through Europe with Vitaly Chernenkov? I don't know.
Specializes at dealing with situations like this.
Yeah, why not?
The site is under our control.
I bet they make a cute couple.
Clean up after themselves. There's going to be a lot of useful intel there. We can take our time picking through it.
Alright.
I seriously have no idea where all my inventory space went.
Marksman. I got a marksman rifle that has eyeless, since you're doing a lot of blinding. 20% bonus damage to blinded enemies. It also has cannon on it, which is pretty good. Weapon increases throwing distance by 10.
I'll take it. I don't know if I'll use it, but I'll take it. My next build concept to make work is a skill-focused True Patriot build, which I have been finding more True Patriot stuff with yellow attributes. They're still rare,
Okay.
but I've been finding them.
See, it's an SRS, by the way, Steve.
I love the SRS.
Oh, there you go. All yours.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm clearing out inventory. So now I need to just get an ACR or MK16 that has vindictive and preferably recharged. Recharged would be great.
Hey, you could apply recharged to it though, because really with weapons, there's no point in, you know, you might as well just roll whatever you want onto them.
Right, but I'm just
No downside like there is on gear.
Ideally it would be vindictive, recharged, and then the talent that gives increased magazine capacity. That's the God roll ACR for me with this build, and I had that. But it's gone. Because I had it favorited. It was applied to my build, and it's just gone. Like when I switched to the build, there was a blank spot there. I thought that was weird, and then I looked through all my guns, and there was nothing.
Could you have put it in your stash?
I don't think I would have. I'm gonna check, but I never put anything that I actively use in my stash.
Yeah. Oh, just hopefully it's in there.
I hope so. That's not an impossible roll to get, but it's just frustrating because that's not the first time this game has vanished gear from my inventory.
Getting ideal rolls on weapons is much easier than on other gear.
Oh, absolutely, but still, it's vital enough that it needs to happen pretty soon. But I feel good about this build. It's the problem with the skill build is that it's kind of the same problem that I run into with Destiny, is that running a deployed skill build leaves you going at your own pace in a group that's going at a faster pace than your pace.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing where there are countermeasures upon countermeasures to just block you. So it's frustrating no matter how high the numbers get for skills. It's frustrating trying to overcome those things, because those are things that you don't just that won't get fixed. But with this build, it's nice because I'm able to be skill focused, support focused, and weapon focused.
Yeah, you're not dropping like turrets and things. Like you
Right.
can move as fast as the fight moves.
Yeah, I'm with the team fairly consistently. What happened, Jeremy? Talk to me.
I just opened an apparel cache. I wanna show you guys the weapon skin I just got.
Oh, I'm sure I already have it.
Watermelon.
Oh, I have that one.
That is the stupidest thing.
You don't love it? Come on.
It's white and then has little slices of watermelon on it.
I know. I'm not a
It's
fan.
ridiculous.
Oh, Vindictive, by the way, is a 20% crit chance bonus for 10 seconds to agents within 15 meters.
Okay. So I just need to stay far away from you, and I'll get. No, it's fine.
Why would they not just make the entire gun pink and then put little black spots all over it?
I don't know.
Let me see. Did you apply it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's on my backpack. Hold on.
Is it the white one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, is it white with little slices of watermelon?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest. You do see Division Stowe. Unfortunately, you're also seeing us wrap the stream.
Yeah.
I just picked up the P320, which is the gunner's pistol.
Yeah, it's not in my stash, by the way.
That sucks.
Stowe, you have to get to where you do Black Tusk stuff to get the specializations. You have to do all of the strongholds, and then when you do that, this guy right here, this area is gonna be specializations. You're gonna open that up, and you're gonna do that from there. Your specializations rank up as you play them, so to level up Survivalist, you have to play Survivalist, and so on. But I just got the BTSU gloves, and they opened up a build that I've been wanting to make, so not too shabby for tonight. I honestly didn't expect us to get anything, so it's good.
I'm glad. I'm glad you got 'em.
Also, there is not a way to up my gear score with them.
Did you talk to Anaya?
Oh, it's true. She might have the blueprint now.
Good to see you.
Look at that. She does. Good save. I don't have enough space in my
she has it for me as well.
Yeah.
Probably
I have it
requires
too.
a below 500 copy of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna buy the blueprint anyway.
Hope you can use
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
She also had a flash hider blueprint for me, so I'm gonna make that. So I think we're probably gonna end the stream there. Thank you everybody for watching. You guys all know the drill.
Gosh dang it. Thanks for
I'm not
watching.
gonna go
You guys
through-
know the drill.
Well, we usually go through our whole spiel. I don't think it's necessary in this
Right.
case because everybody knows the drill. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, follow on everything.
Nice to
You know,
see
all that good stuff. We'll see you guys later.
Portable device.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Real quick before I wrap
What?
the stream,
Oh.
my side of the
Okay.
stream, I'm just reading
Go
a
ahead.
couple chats.
Go ahead.
I have not seen the Disney's Lion King. I've heard basically all bad things, though.
Yeah, I've heard the same.
Stowe, do you get that mask from Killing Hunters? Yes, Stowe, please continue to ask me questions. Yes, all of the hunter masks are found by Killing Hunters in the world. Look up a guide, because it's more complicated than just finding them.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth it, because a lot of the masks are super cool.
Yeah.
But that's it for
They're fun to
Well,
fight
we were-
too.
They are. They're pretty fun, but definitely get a group or at least
yeah.
one
Yeah,
other
yeah.
person.
The fights are good.
But that's it for us. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you back here Wednesday with a Let's Play, and then Thursday with a live stream. Good night.
Hey everybody.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Nice. Tactical.
Dadgrat.com.